Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sanket. In this new series, we are going to talk about scorers and custom scorers. So here is the challenge, right? We built agent in Salesforce, and then we deployed it on channels like Babe, email, or various other channels like WhatsApp or your mobile app or your custom website. It can be anything. Now, how do you evaluate your agent? So basically, agent is something you will always have to iterate. Like you build it, deploy it, and then you will keep an eye on your agent. How is it performing? Is it performing good or bad? Based on that, you will take the next step. How to make it further better? Are my customers satisfied with the responses my agent is providing? Right. So Salesforce has this concept called scorers, and so there are two types of scorers. Like there's some scorers you get out of the box, which is called standard scorer, and then you have customer scorer. So why do you need both, right? Like because all businesses are different. Each businesses need a different set of evaluation. So that's where customer scorer comes in. So as of now, scorers via API are GA. You can definitely use scorers through the API. When I say API, I mean you can create a scorer via metadata, and those scorers will run. But if you want to do it through UI, right now it's in beta. Keep an eye on this. When it is GA, based on that, you can take your decision. So let me talk a little bit more about it. So what it does, basically, what purpose a scorer solves. So let's say you shipped an agent. Is it any good? One agent can run thousands of sessions a day. Is it possible for you to read the every transcript? Are you able to judge all the sessions yourself? It's very hard. How will you know that did it resolve your issue? Did the customer give up or they are very happy with the response? Did it stay compliant as per your as per the regulations? Did it hand off in the right time? Right. So when agents are deployed at scale, you have thousands and millions of sessions in a day. It's hard to do manually, right? Now, what it does, a scorer reads a session and returns a verdict. So you can, in the other word, you can say that a scorer is nothing like LLM as a judge. So it's a LLM which is judging every transcript of the agent session. So LLM is doing a judgment based on the criteria business need, right? So when it happens after the session, like a scoring runs once a conversation ends, so there is zero impact on live latency. So it waits for the session to end it, and then it runs the score. And why you should use, like, you can ask me, hey, I can do LLMS judge myself with some custom sort of thing. You can definitely do that, but this is important because when you use a scorer, it goes and sit in the session trace data. Like you have enabled agent optimization and audit and feedback, all of those things you have enabled in your org. So you keep a track of every session trace. Then when you run this scorer, these data will go and sit along with them so that you have a better data, like one set of data which has everything. If you go for any other route, like you think that, okay, I will judge myself, I will do something else, then you want it will be hard for you to do a data join, right? So since all of your session traces sit in the data cloud, so this, when you run these scorers runs, it go and sit with them, so you can easily see these data in session and intent dashboard. That's the beauty of it. So as I said, we have two kinds of custom scorers. Like one is out of the box, which Salesforce provides you for every agent. And then the second set is you can define customer scorer based on your business needs. So for a standard scorer, you don't need to do anything actually. It is available out of the box. When you, like, there are some steps, like for a score, like you have to enable the session traces and all, right? But yeah, other than that, you don't need to do anything. So those are available out of the box. And then for the custom one, like let's say for business specific scorer, you need to define it, and that's what I will talk through in upcoming videos. So what a standard scorers you get out of the box today? So you get abandonment, which tells you did the customer well before the agent resolved the issue. So it might happen, right? Like customer is frustrated and found that, hey, the response which agent is giving to me is making no sense. So they just leave the chat. That's so if the scorer results as abandoned, then it gives you an idea that, okay, these are the chats, these are the areas I need to improve in my agent. Second one is deflection. Like it will tell you how many sessions are handled solely by agent without escalation. So it gives you an KPI that, okay, these are the sessions which was alone handled by the agent, and these are the sessions which escalated to human. Third one is quality, like overall session quality against Salesforce built-in criteria. Like it will give you what was the quality of the conversation. So these three you get out of the box. You cannot edit the criteria defined for this. You can download the metadata for this, but you cannot edit the criteria. To edit the criteria, like you need to clone it and deploy it as a customer score. So in this video, I'm just talking you through all the concepts. In the next video, I will be showing you how to create one, how to deploy one, run one. So this is a series of video you're going to see. Then, as I said, when you say custom, it allows you to grade your session with your own set of rules. So what is the behind the scene about it? So a customer scorer is nothing but a prompt template that play as a judge behind the scene. So once the session is completed, a prompt template of a specific type, like I will show you, there is a two new different type of scorer for prompt template. So basically it runs a prompt template which act as a judge. And within the prompt template, you write the instruction, like on what basis it is going to judge. So for example, some of the examples it can be, you might want to classify the customer sentiment or flag any compliance breach or pull the case number from the chat, or you want to see that what is the trajectory was like when customer started the chat, he was so frustrated, and throughout the chat, what was the sentiment? Is it like improving or worsening? So you can evaluate all such kind of things. Now, right now you have basically two kind of a scorer. So one will return number as output. So for example, you can create a scorer which can rate between 0 to 5. 5 is like very positive and 0 is very negative. So you can just return 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And then another one is like you have a list of value which will be returned by the scorer. Like let's say it will return positive, negative, neutral. So basically you can categorize into two types: label and number. But as a best practice, Salesforce documentation recommends that use label one, because LLMs are not good at judging between the numbers when it is the margin is very less. And then you have like unconstrained output also. So you can leave your agent, sorry, the prompt free. They can return based on just your instruction. You do not pass any value. So what is the flow? First session ends, then internally, like you don't see that, but internally a bad job runs, which evaluates the sessions based on the like all the standard scorer is active and customer scorer is active, and then sessions got stacked and results are visible into the session and intent dashboard. So I will just give a pause here and quickly go back to the org and just showcase to you here. So if you see over here, so I am into the Agentforce Studio application, and you can see I clicked on the scorers. So over here, I have like, if you see, I have for a particular agent I have three of the standard scorers which I talked about it, and this one is something I created custom and deployed into the org. And then all these scores value are available under session and intent. If you go to session and intent, you can see here, right? So for each of these sessions, you will see a column for those scorers. So for example, if I click on select field to display, so you have those scorers here, right? This is one scorer. These are the different scorers it has. And you can also further drill down. If I click here, it will show you the like any customer scorer will come up here with both like what is the value and the reasoning. I'm going to display like showcase the whole flow, setting a scorer, running it, everything in upcoming videos. So this is how it is going to look. Now, while defining the prompt, what are the things needed? So your prompt needs a role, like what it is going to judge. So you're saying you are a sentiment evaluation model. Then it needs an instruction, when and what. Like it should read the transcript and then classify the overall sentiment. This is just an example. So basically any prompt you would be writing as a scorer, you need role, instruction, input data, and output format. So in the role, you will say what is the role of the judge, and the instruction you will say when to return a particular value, and in the input data you pass the chat transcript. This is something out of the box available in the prompt builder, and then output format you decide based on the prompt type you selected. So if you select level 1, it will return level. If you select number, it will return number. So it's up to you. When you need a more than level, like you don't want to pass any predefined value, right? Then you can go for this thing specifically. For example, case ID extraction. You want to extract the case ID or customer frustration summary as a scorer. So you can get from there as well. So you can do all these things in all other ways, but since when you run a scorer, it go and get along with the data like this session trace data, it go and sit over here. So you have a holistic picture of your agent. You can easily do reporting, dashboard, and classify where to work on. So this gives you a lot of flexibility. So it gives you everything within the scorer hub. You can see what are the scorers you have within the session and intent. You can do reports and dashboard filter. You can apply some specific filter to see the scorers. You can click on a session and go into detail and then see everything like reasoning and what all a scorer got evaluated for a particular session. So that's all available for you. Right now, you can create these scorer from the API, which is generally available, which I am going to use as part of this video. I'm not going to use point and click one because that is still in beta. So I'm going to just skip that. But I will just make sure that I show you from where you can create the testing center. So some of the things you should remember. Basically, for now, it runs for session level on. As a best practice, skip the number, use level 1, which is good. If you want to edit the standard one, deactivate them and clone it, create a new one. Testing center sessions want a score. So basically what I mean to say over here is like you can do evaluation of your agent within the testing center as well, but those will not get tagged into the session trace data. And things to keep in mind right now, it's 50,000 requests per day per org. So if you have more than 50,000 session in your org in a day, so you may want to like add some filter, like reducing the sampling size. Like you can think about, okay, I'm going to just sample 50% of my session trace instead of doing 100%. So in the next video, we will create first a sample prompt of label type. Then we will create one for number, one for like, we will leave it up to prompt template. Then we will create a scorer, deploy it to the org. We will run some sessions, see those are getting scored or not. Then we will see, like in one of the videos, we will see how we can run those scorers on demand from Flow or from Apex, right? And then finally, we will also see how we can do reporting and take a decision from there. Thank you for watching this video.